20 minutes ago, Mike Halford tweeted out a picture of an Elias Pettersson wager. Pettersson to score 3 or more. Do you want to set this wager and place this bet? Why did he do this? Well, because 20 minutes ago, we had learned that the Vancouver Canucks would be scratching JT Miller in this game against the Stars, and they would be holding him out of the lineup for trade-related reasons. Mike Halford, everybody, he's in here first. Everybody cash in your bets because Petey is going to start doing well now, right? Because Miller is gone. Anyways, ever since then, we had a whole bunch of extra tweets, extra conversations. Miller has asked and verbally agreed to waive his no-trade clause to accept a trade to New York. Sounds like other Canucks pieces and prospects are going over to New York. Trade call is pending. Vancouver is trading Miller to the Rangers. Done deal, Frank Saravelli said 15 minutes ago. The Canucks and the Rangers have agreed on a deal that sends JT to B. York. The trade call is in the works. Multiple pieces on both sides as part of a package, and I get it. You know, a lot of people would immediately chomp at the bit and say, wait a minute, what? The Canucks are adding? It's not just JT over to New York for whatever, it's JT and some extra stuff? Yeah, that is exactly it. Hearing center Filip Chytil is part of the return, other additional pieces are heading both ways. Let's talk about the pieces that Vancouver are receiving. Take a look at this. Larry Brooks pretty much gave us the scoop that we need to know. This might not be the exact trade. There might be an extra salary retained or an extra later pick or another extra prospect, something like that thrown in there. But for now, as of 6 minutes ago, this is exactly what we know. The Rangers have acquired JT Miller and 2 prospects in exchange for Filip Chytil, Victor Mancini, and a protected first-round pick. That's it. Miller and 2 prospects. Okay, 2 prospects. It's Jack Dorrington and Erik Brannstrom. Brannstrom's not really a prospect. Goodbye, Erik Brannstrom. He's not in the lineup anymore. Rick Tocchet just did not like the way you do your defense. But Filip Chytil, Victor Mancini, and a first. That's it. Rick Dhaliwal went out there and did the same thing. First, Chytil, Mancini. You're going to hear a lot about Victor Mancini over the next few days because everybody's going to want to try to get back and think about this trade and dive into what exactly the Vancouver Canucks are getting. Let's dive into Mancini first before talking about Filip Chytil because I've been seeing a lot of people give their judgments on Chytil. Mancini, though, is a guy that I like a lot. 6'3", 229, right-handed defenseman who actually is pretty solid. He does have good mobility for a big dude. Mancini played left defense on Frölunda's second pairing in the 2019-20 draft-eligible season that he had. His north-south speed was decent for his size. He was effective when he kept things simple and made quick, short-range plays to stay out of trouble. Mancini's ability to read the game off the puck was something that stood out. He also made excellent reads and played a very alert game defensively. This is a guy that is going to bolster up the Vancouver Canucks decor, and I get that you can say that you're already sending away a defenseman, Erik Brannstrom, in this trade, so really it's Mancini for Brannstrom, and then Chytil and a first for Miller with an extra prospect thrown in there, but Victor Mancini, after developing in the NCAA Nebraska-Omaha system, found himself in the New York Rangers lineup this season, posting up 5 points in 15 games played. I don't know about you, but a point every 3 games for a rookie 22-year-old defenseman who is fresh out of the NCAA is pretty solid, especially for a 5th-round guy. The interesting thing about this is I'm actually seeing some Rangers fans that are a little bit contesting of the trade itself. Not even just talking about Mancini, but also Filip Chytil. Now, I get it, you can say, Lego, you're doing the old Lego Rocks 99 thing where you defend everything the Vancouver Canucks do. Maybe I'm doing a part of that, but I just wanted to dive into some of the extra thoughts here. Filip Chytil is a good player when he is healthy. He is concussion prone. 6'3", 209 left-handed center, 25 years old. He's probably going to be a second-line center in Vancouver. 2 seasons ago, he had 45 points in 74 games at the ripe old age of 23 years old. Now, he's on pace for 36 points in 73 games played after only playing 10 games all of last season. The kid line with Chytil, Kakko, and Lafreniere was super good. Chytil, however, has not been able to take that next step in the seasons afterwards. It is mostly due to, I would say, a lack of opportunity following the multiple concussions that he had. However, there still is value value in what Chytil brings. It's just, you have to sort of really wring it out of him at this point because he is 25 years old. The time is ticking for Chytil to fully show off his value at the NHL level. The thing is, though, Vancouver didn't even just give up Miller for this entire trade. If we reload the page, everybody's talking about it. Canucks are not retaining any money on Miller's contract. Okay, that is great. 5 seasons, $8 million a year. Okay, we had just talked about in the prior video how JT and his contract, you can say that Miller and Petey could be worth a lot more as the salary cap increases to $100+ million as the next few years roll along. But either way, Mancini, Miller, Chytil, let's go out there and talk about the other prospect that the Vancouver Canucks ended up sending away in this trade. Jackson Dorrington. I'm not going to lie, haven't really been paying too much attention out of Jackson Dorrington, but he is a 20-year-old Vancouver Canucks drafted prospect in the 6th round 2022 draft. He's 20, 6'2", 192, left-handed defenseman playing for the Northeastern University Huskies. Maybe he becomes something, maybe he doesn't. We have seen interesting prospects out of the Canucks system and Northeastern in the past. The Tyler Maddens of the world, the Aiden McDonoughs, the Adam Gaudets. Jackson Dorrington is going to be another one of these names. Obviously, though, he's a D-man, whereas the other guys were all forwards. Not really too much to say here about Dorrington. The constants in Dorrington's game are the intelligence across all 3 zones. Defensively, he eliminates off-puck threats and times his engagements at the moment of least resistance, complementing his robust style. In transition, he steps inside, cuts around forecheckers, and passes to the middle. He's an advantage creator up the rink, and he's an instinctual activator, defined by his constant weak side activation from the point and bolstered by his give-and-go style. Jackson Dorrington had a pretty reasonable draft-eligible profile in 21-22. He was playing out of the Boston Junior Bruins system and had a small cup of coffee with the NTDP U17 team. Ever since then, though, he slowly progressed through the USHL and is now in the NCAA. Again, not really the flashiest guy with the most outstanding profile, but he is a prospect that Vancouver sent over to New York in this trade, alongside of Erik Brannstrom and alongside of J.T. Miller. Now, I wanted to, before we dive into this, finally, I wanted to talk about some of the comments made by Rangers fans in response to this trade, because when this was the information that we had seen, Dorrington, Brannstrom, Miller, in exchange for Chytil, Mancini, and a protected first, we did see some Rangers fans going out there and saying, hey, like, I don't really know how I feel about this. Let's reload the page over here. That's a solid deal. I wonder if there's any retention. No, there's not. Vancouver fans who thought they were going to get Lafreniere and Schneider have to be pissed. Yeah, that's true. Chytil may have been mismanaged, but it's undeniable JT is a huge upgrade. There also is the risk of Chytil missing the entire season at any point, at any time. What the hell? Chytil is one of my faves. This team ain't going anywhere and is effing our future. I like Chytil, but I worry about his longevity. He's one bad hit away from permanent IR. I love him, but the liability is big. Chris Drury, damn dude, what the hell? I think the Rangers won this one. I love Filip Chytil, but he's fragile and you can't bank on him playing a full career. Mancini looked really good and then fell off. The first rounder is protected in the perfect year to protect your pick. They get 2 prospects back and a known performer in Miller. I expect him to play his ass off after finally escaping a bad situation in Vancouver. This team was never actually going to rebuild. This also guarantees Mika will be dealt in the offseason. They're only going to tolerate being bad this year. Let's go Rangers, and welcome back JT. Let's see how this works out, but right now, I don't like it. We need to get younger, not older. This is a bad deal. It could be a good deal depending on which prospects and if Chytil stays healthy. Mancini would have been a solid addition. So it does seem like some Rangers fans are against the idea of trading away Chytil and the upside that he has, as well as Victor Mancini, the prospect. I'm not saying that Mancini is going to be an immediate top 2 guy, but he is interesting. If we go over on Dobber Prospects and we look at their profile for Victor Mancini, he's a big-bodied right-shot D-man with good defensive acumen who will need to polish his overall game. In November 2024, this is what Brendan Ferry wrote about Mancini. He had suited up in 9 games this season for the Rangers, posting a goal and 3 assists, along with a 58.3 goals for percentage and a 34.7 Corsi for percentage. The goals for percentage, that's great. The Corsi for, that sucks. Though the goals for percentage is very solid, and although he looked quite good according to the eye test, the Rangers brass decided that Mancini needed some additional time to develop with the Wolfpack in the AHL. Zach Jones, mysteriously stuck in the 7th defenseman slot for most of the early part of the season, has been a lineup mainstay mainstay in recent games and has looked extremely impressive. Clearly, the organization doesn't want either young defenseman sitting in the press box with the NHL club, so the decision was made to send Mancini down to Hartford and play lots of minutes and continue working on his game. Although he didn't put up a ton of points in his collegiate or junior hockey career, Mancini showed some good offensive instincts and can shoot the puck well, signaling that he could be a decent fantasy option whenever he is ready to crack the NHL lineup on a full-time basis. So, this is our video. Jackson Dorrington, Erik Brannstrom, and JT Miller to New York in exchange for Filip Chytil, Victor Mancini, and a protected first-round pick. This is all we know at the moment. There might be some extra prospects or some extra little things added in there, but for now, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Here it is. So, the draft pick, top 13 protected. Interesting. So if it's 14th overall and beyond, the Canucks will get it. If it's top 13, then the Rangers will get it, and the Canucks will probably get the pick next year unprotected. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about JT Miller getting traded over to the New York Rangers. Is it underwhelming? Honestly, I would say so. But is it necessarily bad? I don't know. Time will tell. The Canucks did get worse on paper with this trade, I will say. But then again, Miller has been underperforming too, like Chytil, so I'm not really too sure where we will go with this. We just have to wait and see, right? As the days go on, as the games get played. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about JT Miller getting traded over to New York. Goodbye, JT. We'll see if Elias Pettersson gets traded too. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.